folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're going to take a look at the Dice Tower studio. You can see it's raining outside, but I'm okay because I'm in one of our studios. We have two studios here at the Dice Tower, and this is the one where I do a lot of my recording. You can see Rising Sun. I just finished unboxing it, so it's all over the table. There's one of the cameras that we use. There is another camera. This is the background. Z and Kenny built this for me. We're going to get some artwork on those walls for now, but that's the background. We have a TV there for monitor purposes, and so this is kind of, we have the table here, and when we spin over to this side you can see our Livestream Device, and this is where we run when we do live streaming or when we run anything, it's run from there. Over here we have our microphones. You can see one of them's on, and then here is where I store my games that I'm about to review. So you can see I'll be reviewing Lords of Hellas very soon after recording this video. And Santa Maria is just there because I need to play it. It just happens to be in a weird spot. Over here, these shelves, these are games that we have received, but we haven't opened them even yet. They haven't even had the shrink come off them. And we're saving them for unboxing videos. So you might see a game here and be like, when are you going to review that? Well, probably not for a while because we haven't even unboxed them yet. And then you can see we have some equipment, camera batteries, microphones, battery chargers. You know, here we got a couple mobile cameras if we need to use those for anything. So this studio here, and then over here we have a closet. And in this closet is where, right now this closet's pretty empty because we've been reorganizing the house, and so there's whiteboards that we use for conventions, you know, some black backdrops, there's a green screen down there, there's a case to move things, hello, carrying cases, lots and lots of light bulbs to replace things. There's a lot more that goes into, you know, the studio than you might think. So all of that is that main studio area, and so now we have the hallway here, and you can see this is some pictures and stuff that I got from, I picked them up. And now we're going to go out and see the rest of the area. So here we have a bunch of, I just keep a lot of components and pieces in these things. Dice, there's HeroScape stuff. There's a bag for keeping games and stuff. You can see dice sitting on the shelf. There's my extra geek boxes that I use. And then the kitchen here. Nacrity's sitting there because it's going to be played again soon, probably. And so now we're coming into the main area. You can see we got some art up in here. This is my office, so internet always running. Always remembering Jack. And this is just my office here, and those are my parents, also CyberKitty. These are games that I'm planning to review soon. Like this pile here, these are the highest tier. That's going to come in a week or two, although these games might supplant them. And these games might supplant those. And those might come in. And then these are games that I probably won't review anytime soon, but if I'm desperate to review something, then I have them. And then we got our printer here. And then here we have an intern working hard at sorting out games that were dropped by some fool. Out here, we have Kenny, back to work, and Derek, and everyone is editing out here. You can see this is an area where games that can be, at any point at any time, these might be reviewed or played. They're just sitting here on a table. We have another place over here, and everyone is working very hard because it's Monday while recording this. This is the other studio. There's the dude standing guard. And this is where Sam and Z do most of their reviews, and I do a lot of my backdrop stuff, talks, board game breakfast, and things in here. This is my collection of games, so I have a lot of different games along the walls here. You know, some of these, we made it so you could backdrop it on all three sides, but we don't actually use the other sides as often. You can see we have lighting up all in here. Over here is where we keep all of the games that we need to play. So these have already been broken open, unshrink wrapped, sorted out and stuff. And these games may never get reviewed. It all depends on whether we feel like reviewing them or not, really. So there's a lot of different games on these shelves that still need to be played. Then over here is another storage closet area. Here we have Manny guarding this one. These are slots for top of the table. Here we have a lot of the boards. I use pants hangers to hang these all up. These are all the different mat boards we have. And then boxes. And then you can see we have all sorts of things. Dice Tower stickers in here. Measurement tools. Right, cables. You can just see all sorts of things. Here I just keep a bunch of Arkham monsters if I'm playing any of the Arkham horror games that need them. Business cards, glue. These are things that you might need for audio purposes, but also things you might need for board game purposes, like a paint pen or regular pens. We got a ton of those. Clips that we might need to hold things. Sharpies. Samples that companies send me that we look at, is this a piece we're going to use for a game, or we were looking at that sample for a backdrop. Timers and bells. You need one? I got them. Stuff for the TV in the back room. So all sorts of various things here. And we have more audio equipment and light bulbs and all sorts of stuff. So that's pretty much it. That's the studio that we use. It works well for what we need. Obviously, we got a gazillion games in here that we need to get played. So we'll get back to that. I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been a tour of the Dice Tower studio.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.